All right, I have 5 o'clock on my time keeping device. So we are here for Zoom Tunes. Woohoo! Yay! In August. Um, it's just really important. When people join the jam, their microphones are automatically muted. So you have to unmute in order to say anything. And if I'm looking down at my dulcimer to play my dulcimer, it's hard for me to see a raised hand or anything like that on the screen. So please feel free if at any time you have a question, even if I'm in the middle of playing a song, please feel free to just unmute and jump in and say, "Hey, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right," or "I'm having a problem," or "I have a question." Okay, it's really real. This time.
Could your volume, I can't hardly hear you. Are you low or
I tested my volume earlier. Thumbs up if my volume is okay for most people. If my volume is okay with you guys. All right. So Patty, do you have a way of increasing your own system volume?
I have increased it to the loudest I can be?
Okay. All right. How about if I get a little closer over here? Am I too loud, or is that better for you, Patty?
That is much better. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah. So I have to kind of. Yeah. All right. Um. Okay, so yeah, if any, just like that, if I'm in the middle of talking, if I'm in the middle of playing, please just unmute and call something out. I don't mind this. I look at this time as a time to share this music and to learn stuff, and from each other. And so please, 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 unmute and call it out. If you have a question, it probably means at least 3 other people in this call have the exact same question running through their mind. So be the brave person and go ahead and ask the question. All right. The other thing I like to do is I want to just double check the recording is on. Hopefully you all got a warning of that. Okay. The other thing I like to do that not everybody does is I like to tune my dulcimer so that, just in case yours is slightly off from mine, it doesn't, you can have an opportunity to tune it to mine, and then it won't sound so egregious to you on your end. So I always start with my bass string, the string farthest away, and that needs to go up a little bit. Come on, there we go. That's too far. Ah! New strings, sorry. All right, come on. Work with me here. All right, that's gonna be good enough for today. It's my bass string. Thumbs up when you're there. Alright, we got several thumbs. Yay. Alright, moving on to the middle string. That one needs to go up a little bit too. Come on. Alright, that's about it. Middle string. That's the A directly below middle C on a piano, in case you're counting. Thumbs up when you're there. All right. And the melody string, the string closest to you is D, and that's the D above middle C. And that's pretty close. Thumbs up when you're there. All right, perfect. Yay! All right, so I'm gonna move this screen over here, and I'm gonna share my screen. Yeah, let me make that big, and then share this and share. So the first song that we have today, is Welcome Here. And thumbs up if you can see that. Now I'm dealing with two different screens. Okay, so you can see the music on the screen. So please excuse my head turning this way.
Can't see the music. Can't see the music. There's a bar at the bottom that shows some kind of blending.
All right, let me reshare that. Stop share. Okay. Let's make that big and share that again. How is that? Thumbs up. Good.
Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, for some reason you can see it. For some people can see the share and other people can't see the share. That's kind of weird, but anyway, now hopefully everyone can see the music shared. So this is a tune called Welcome Here. This is from the Shaker tradition. I learned this tune from Erin May, and Erin says she learned it from Don Petty, and both Erin and Don were playing it with just the melody string. And so that's a perfectly legitimate way and a wonderful way to play this song. So if you are a very beginner player or a noter player, then you want to concentrate on the numbers on the lowest line of the tab. This is the melody string for the tab, and this is the melody for the song. All right. I did tab it out with chords for those people who are more advanced and want to use chords. You can just play 2-finger chords, so you can leave your bass string open and play the 3 and the 4, and likewise when you get to the 3-3-5, you can leave your bass string open and just play 3 and 5 if you're in the process of moving up from just playing the melody to introducing some chords. It's entirely up to you. All right, but I think we've some of the other songs that we're playing tonight, I'm going to go over line by line. This one, the first 3, Welcome Here, Goddesses, and Billy Boy, the first 3 we're just going to play straight out. And in this case, we'll go through this twice. So the first 2 lines repeat, the second 2 lines repeat, and then we'll repeat the whole song. Just to get us in the habit of going back to the beginning, okay? Which is a good thing to do. All right, so this is in 4/4 time. I count to 4, and then we'll come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. B part. B part again. Back to the beginning. Didn't quite hit that last chord. Questions about that or any part of that? Okay. I'm just going to stop the share for a second so I can see people's faces. Woohoo! And again, I apologize. I'm going like this so I can see your faces over here on this screen. So shall we play it faster? One of the reasons why people play melody only is so that they can get really fast. And I'm sure if you've seen Don Petty or Aaron Make play, they play this song really fast. So thoughts about picking up the speed on this? Thumbs up if you want to try it once through a little faster. Okay, we got sort of half the audience. All right, let's try it once through a little faster and see how that goes. Oh, and I just want to check the chat. What's the B part? The second half of the song. Yes, Susan, yes. I'm sorry. This should be labeled A part. I show you. I'm going to share the screen again. This screen, share that. So the first two lines, which repeat, are often called the A part. And then the second two lines, which also repeat, is often called the B part. And if I was really careful when I wrote this tab, I would have written A part and B part so that you could see that. So yeah, sorry for confusing you about A and B parts. Okay. All right, we're gonna pick up the speed a little bit. Again, if all you want to do is play the melody, that's fine. Right? That's just playing the melody notes. Those melody notes are the ones on the very bottom line of the tab. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Ah. All right. So that's Welcome Here. I haven't heard this song played in a lot of different environments, so I can't really tell you what most people's speed will play it at. I wouldn't go too fast with it because it's sort of like a welcome song and like a happy song. So anyway, okay. Other questions about this song? We're going to move on to Goddesses. Now, Goddesses is a song, and I'm going to share this screen. Okay, so Goddesses is a song from John Playford's Dancing Master, an edition from the year 1651. So this is a really old song. And one of the things that I like about these two songs sort of together is the sense that they show you what sharing music, one person to another person is really all about. And it, and how it just transfers through the generations. So that's kind of why I picked these two songs to start off with, is this concept of sharing music. Okay, so in this music, there's again, like Welcome Here, the melody is on the first line. So if that's where you are, that's where you are, and that's what you should play. Learning the melody and getting comfortable with the melody is your first and foremost challenge or opportunity when you play folk music. Folk music is very melody driven. So the melody should be your first focus in learning any new song. All right, so then the other thing to know about this song is It's in the key of E minor. There's one sharp up here. That's for the key of G or E minor, and in this case it's E minor. And you know that not by the first chord, but by the last chord. Usually the last chord is the come home chord, the chord that the key the song is in. So E minor is the key of this song. All right. This first line repeats, and then the second line repeats. Now, earlier on, Miss Linda, I think, I hope I said your name correctly. Last time I taught this, I kind of taught a little bouncy thing for the last two measures of the last measure of each line. So for this 3-3-5, for example, I'm going to stop the share for a second and then flip my camera so you can see my dulcimer. That one. Yay. And spotlight that so it's big for everybody. Woohoo! All right. So the last measure of the first line of this song is a 3-3-5 chord if you're playing chords. And what I like to do is do kind of a bounce. So the way that works is if I just strum this, it's going to sustain that chord, right? But if I strum and then immediately lift my fingers up, all of my fingers off the fretboard, it's going to cut the sound. Right? You hear that? If I strum and then lift up, it's going to cut that sound. All right? So then that, when I play that for this measure, those three notes. All right? I think Miss Linda, you had mentioned, how's that? Does that help you? Okay, perfect. And you don't have to do this. This is an embellishment, and every musician has to figure out what their own embellishments are going to be when they play the music. So that's where that is. Okay, so now I'm going to share the music back so folks can see it. Share that. And we're going to play the song. And again, I do that bouncy thing at the end in this measure, the last measure of the first line, and also the last measure of the second line. And again, this repeats and this repeats. All right, so we're gonna, this is also in the 4/4 time, so I count to 4 and we come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hear that bounce? Second line. Bounce, bounce, bounce. All right, thumbs up if that was okay for folks. All right. All right, let's play it once more, and then we'll move on to Billy Boy. All right, again, I count to 4 and we come in. I'll go a little bit faster. I have no idea how fast this song was played when people danced to it. I can tell you that when people are dancing, it's important to get your rhythm good, because if you miss a beat, or if you're late on a beat, then people can stumble when they're dancing. So yeah, the most important thing when playing for people who are dancing is to be really solid in your beat. I'm not saying that I am. I'm still working on it. All right, here we go. We're gonna go a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Woohoo! Yay! It's a fun song to really get going. Okay, we're gonna move on unless anyone has questions or wants me to show anything else about that. I was gonna move on to Billy Boy. Okay, now I think it was perhaps Susanna, who asked about the capo. All right, this is that you put your capo just before the 3rd fret, not on it, not a long ways away from it, just sort of where you would put your finger. Like if I'm way back here with my finger, it doesn't sound good, so I have to be up here with my finger, and that's where you want to get your capo. And mine, I have to kind of see, so I can see the whole fret, and there's a little bit of wood from the fretboard behind it. I have to press it down pretty hard with my thumb and then screw this knob in. Okay? Yeah, and I just felt it and heard it come up. So let's see what happens. And then once it's on, you want to check each string. Oh, that bass string doesn't sound too great, right? So I'm gonna try to carefully unscrew it. I did not do that on purpose. And then I'm gonna press it down again, try to press it evenly across all of those strings. And you know, you got to be careful. You don't want to break your dulcimer in half, obviously, when you're pressing down. So that's still not perfect. Come on. Oh. Maybe now I'm gonna pull that string in a little bit. Alright, well, I think that's gonna be good for now. Yeah. Okay. And then strum across all the strings. Alright, Susan, did that help you with your capo? She's got her video off, so I'm not sure if she's doing something. Alright, well, if I'm happy to redo that when we get to Wayfaring Stranger, which also requires a capo. Alright, so we are on capo 3. Now, I'm going to share my music screen. Let's make that full screen and share this and go for it. Okay, stop that share for a second because that didn't work. Okay, start it again, Lena. Yeah. Technologies. Yes, that one. Thank you. That one. Share. Alright, so hopefully you're seeing Billy Boy music on the screen. And in this case, I only gave you the melody string. Alright, so if you wanted to play this with the noter, it's perfectly okay. It's a great song to play with the noter. Sounds wonderful with a noter. Okay, so it's a great tune. And because you've capoed at the 3rd fret, you have essentially put your dulcimer into the key of G, which is what we're playing in here. We're playing in the key of G. I don't have any chords up here because I didn't write in any chords for this song. This song is typically played a little faster, and that's why I figured let's work on the melody and get it up to speed. The other thing that you'll see is I offer you the opportunity for hammer-ons, slides, and pull-offs. Okay, those are not mandatory. Those are just if you want to try those. This is kind of a nice song to try them on. And then the other interesting thing about this song is it's in 2/4 timing. So there's 2 beats per measure. There is a pickup measure here. This has only one beat in it, so this is a pickup measure. But all the rest of these have 2 beats. And that's usually a kind of a marching song. Where have you gone, Billy boy, Billy boy? It's a very marchy kind of tempo and rhythm for 2/4 timing. It's not as common by far as 4/4 timing. All right, so I am going to count 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we come in. Then, excuse me, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, then we come in. Okay, I'm doing that count so that you can get the approximate tempo that we're playing the song. All right, so one, that kind of that's why I give you all those intro notes. But because this is a pickup, it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, then we come in. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I realized I probably got us started off too quickly for this. Thumbs up if you want to go slower. Thumbs up if you want to go a little slower. Yeah, okay. We're going to go slower. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Rest. Woohoo! Questions about that, or one of the things I had mentioned in an earlier session is there are on the second line, in the middle of the second line, there are these 2 rests, 1 beat rests right next to each other. And if you're playing in an orchestra, if you're playing with other instruments, then theoretically you actually mute your strings there. The rest means you aren't making any noise, and all of the rest of the other players have an opportunity to make sound. So if I play this second line as if I'm in an orchestra, whoops. Right? I'm actually like hitting my hand to mute those strings for those rests. If you're just playing with yourself or a few other dulcimer players, it doesn't make a lot of sense to rest, to actually mute your strings. So you just let those ring. 2. Right? So that's the kind of thing you have to watch out for when you're when you're looking at tab. Sometimes those rests mean actually to mute, and sometimes it doesn't. Other questions about Billy Boy?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes?
I still struggle with dotted notes, and in the 12th measure, you have a dotted 8th note, I think.
Yeah.
Could you count that out for me, please?
Okay, yeah, I can count that out for you. All right, so when I'm counting like dotted notes, I usually go to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. In this case, you actually have to go to 1 and E, 1 and E, 1 and E, 2 and E, 3 and E, 4 and E, because this is a dotted 8th note. And so this note gets 1 and 2 and E. Yeah, 2 and E and. So this is the and of the 2, right? So 1 and 2 E and. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. 1 and 2 and E. All right? So this is a very fast note usually. The way I have probably not been playing it correctly. So let me start that phrase from the beginning. I'm going to start it from here. I've been to seek. So we're at the 7. See, that is just you play it faster. This 8 gets so little time. Does that help you? Does that help you?
Yeah, that helps a lot. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Sorry. Sometimes and the other thing too is it's helpful to find a recording of the music and listen to it, and you can see how other people approach this. Some people won't. Some people will just leave these as 8th notes and not have a dotted here at all. But I think it sounds a little more interesting to have that really quick transition. Right? So, all right, let's play it one more time and then we'll move on. Hopefully I can play it now, because now I'm thinking about 16th notes and dotted 8th notes. And yeah, okay. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then we come in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Rest. Woohoo! All right. It's a fun tune. The other thing I would say is it's helpful to sing it. You know, it's always helpful to sing. If you know, obviously I'm not a great singer, but if you can sing a song, if you know the lyrics, it's helpful to sing it, because it's like a reinforcement of the melody, and when you sing it, it's easier for it to come out your fingers. Okay. Let's move on. We didn't get to play. We didn't get to play Wayfaring Stranger. So hold on, before I want to remove my spotlight. I want to see all your faces. So we haven't played Wayfaring Stranger that much. So thumbs up if you would like me. I could change my video around, and that would be good. So I can see, you guys can see me. Thumbs up if you want me to go through Wayfaring Stranger line by line, because we really haven't done that much. Okay, we got one thumbs up for line by line. Okay, and so anyone, thumbs up if you're comfortable with Wayfaring Stranger and you don't want to learn it line by line and you want to just play it straight through. Okay, got 3, 4, 5, 6 folks who just want to play it straight through. Okay, I will do this. I will provide a recording of me playing Wayfaring Stranger line by line, so that folks who are not familiar with it can learn it. I know that people have been playing. There's been a lot of learning opportunities for Wayfaring Stranger lately. So we'll leave it at that, if that's okay. I think Norma, you're okay. Great, thank you, Norma. All right, so Capo goes on the 1st fret now, and again, we put the capo out. Let me change my videos around so you can see what I'm doing on my dulcimer. I'm putting my capo on just past the first, just before the 1st fret, kind of where I would put a finger if I was fretting that. Oops. And then I'm pressing down and screwing in the screw to hold it tight. And then I check each individual string and make sure they're ringing clearly. Are we good with that? Okay. All right. So let me share my window. Oh, first, I see this is how I break it, Miss Linda. So I have to, before I select the share, I have to stop the share now. Before I do that, I have to maximize that screen. Then I can go back to the share, and we can share it, and we can share it, and hopefully everyone can see. Yay. Okay. So the person who was asking me about counting in the song before, Wayfaring Stranger is a perfect example of where counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and is going to really help you play this song with the correct timing, because almost every single measure you're moving on the and after 3. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Do you see that? It's kind of an interesting timed song. In addition to being absolutely beautiful. So all right, so I'm gonna count 1. I'm gonna count that as we play it for a little bit, as long as I don't lose, you know, at some point you kind of, I'm gonna lose it, so just bear that in mind. So I'm gonna count 1 and 2 and 3, and then we come in on the and after the 3. All right. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Oops, I moved first. See, I moved too soon. That's wrong. All right. Try again, Lena. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 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 and 3, and then go back to the beginning. All right, I made it through, counting all the way through. So the next time this next time I'm not gonna count. All right, so that you can actually hear how pretty the song is, and I'm gonna add in some finger picking. Okay, there's a finger pick version in the file share that I gave you, because you have all of these long holds in here, and so embellishing this with finger picks is really a pretty way to play the song. Okay, anyone have a question about that? I can show you. I'm going to stop the share for a second, so that you can see, and I'm going to spotlight my dulcimer. Spotlight for everyone. I use these 3 fingers to finger pick, and I assign them to these 3 strings. So on my strumming picking hand, my index finger is picking the melody string, my middle finger is picking the middle string, and my ring finger is picking the bass string. And my thumb is planted against the fretboard, okay? All right, and so I can do a few things with this. I can brush with my index if I want to brush a chord, or I can kind of pluck, offset pluck with my 3 fingers together. Kind of a harpist will do that. All right, so that's why I use these 3. If I was using as what many people do, I can't, it's hard for me to do that. I mean, I suppose a lot of people can do that, but I like that kind of offset thing. So that's just the way I do it. Everybody's different. Everybody's hands are different. Whatever works for you is going to work for you. All right, here we go. I am going to count us in again, but I'm just going to do the 1 and 2 and 3 and once, and we come in on the and after 3. All right, 1 and 2 and 3 and. Whoa, where am I going? There I am. Sorry. This is the last line of the first page. All right, so that was pretty close to kind of keeping to the strict timing. If you are playing with other people, did I have the share up? Oh God, did I not share? I didn't share the music. Sorry. Okay, sorry. That's when you gotta unmute and call up. We can't see the music. All right. So if you're playing with other people, if you are playing in a band, if you're playing whatever, you have to be pretty close to correct timing on the songs that you play, because the other people are trying to play with you, and if you're moving too soon or they're late or whatever, it's going to sound wonky. So practicing with a metronome is what was going to help you the most in playing well with other people. I promise you, because it's training your brain to listen at the same time as trying to play. All right. However, if you are playing solo, or you're a soloist in front of an orchestra, then it's incumbent on you to really put more expression into the song. And one way you do that is by modifying the timing. That's one of many ways you do to add expression to a song, is by modifying the timing. So I'm going to try and demonstrate that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, again, I'm going to count 1 and 2 and 3 but I am going to be modifying the timing as I play this, so bear with me. 1 and 2 and 3. Speeding up a little bit. Gonna slow down now. Hey, thumbs up. Let me stop the share so I can see you guys and stop this. So again, if you are playing with other people, you have to be close to the correct timing for the song so that they can play with you. If, however, you're singer-songwriter just playing solo out there, varying the timing of the song is one way to add expression. Did that demonstration help you guys? Thumbs up. See that? Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So, and that's kind of, I mean, I play by myself much more and many more hours of the week than I ever play with anyone else. Right? Grace is shaking your head. You understand that, right? So I try to make it pretty sometimes. Now, obviously, if I'm practicing to teach the song or practicing to play it with others, I also have to practice with the correct timing. And again, I can't stress enough, the metronome is where you're gonna find the most value. You have to find a metronome that you can stand the sound of, and not throw it out the window. And there are lots of metronome apps out there where you can adjust the different sounds. All right, other questions about Wayfaring Stranger? Do you want to thumbs up if we want to play it once through one more time, or just move? Yeah, okay, we got one thumb up, couple of thumbs up. All right, so let's play it through one more time because it is a really pretty song. We're gonna share that music. Here we go. And again, I count 1 and 2 and 3 and again, I'm gonna try and stay with the correct timing. It's a kind of a mental shift I have to do. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. What? See if I can play that cleaner. Woohoo! Hey! Thumbs up if we got it. Yeah, okay. It's a pretty song. It's a really pretty song. You can do so much with it. Again, because you have all those long holds, you can add in so many cool things. Okay, we're going to move on to Ballinderry, which is another cool song. Thumbs up if you want me to teach this line by line. Thumbs up if you need this taught line by line. Okay, I got one person with the thumbs up. All right, it's okay. Thumbs up if you want to just play it straight through. Thumbs up straight through. Okay. All right. So again, with Ballinderry, Bill, and like I did with Norma, I will make a video of this and put it out there for line by line, so that folks can see that. Okay. Let me make this big.
Do we take the capo off for this one?
Yes, we do. Good reminder. Yes. Woohoo. Capo off. And I gotta turn the share on so you can see the musics. All right. I'm gonna check my tuning just because my strings are new. All right. Oops. Come on. Yeah, my D string is a little low. Come on. Yep, thank you. All right. All right, Ballinderry. A participant from the spring introduced me to this song, and I really like it. There's some really interesting rhythms in here. Very rarely is the dotted quarter note in the middle of the measure, right? So this is kind of an interesting rhythm to learn. You're fast, slow. You know, that's kind of an interesting rhythm to play, and that's pretty much throughout many measures in this song. But it's a fun song to learn to play. And again, if you are just beginning to learn the song and you just want to play the melody string, just play the melody string. Again, it's a folk song. You need to get the melody straight, and the rhythm of the melody needs to be rock solid. Whoops. Let's keep the music on the screen, Lena. Okay. And at the end, I do offer an opportunity to do, there's a slide in here. There's some hammer and pulls. You don't have to do these. Those are optional, always optional. It's up to each and every musician to decide where to add those types of embellishments. All right, this is in 3/4 time, so that waltz time. It is in the key of D. The last chord is a D. There is a pickup note, and thank you, Patty for reminding me last time that I had the rests wrong. I did correct it. It's corrected in the, I think I put the correct version in the file share if you wanted to download this again. But yeah, I'm hoping. Well, there we go. Okay. So there is a pickup measure. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we come in on this 2 for the third beat of the second count in. All right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's how the song goes. Now, a couple of things about this. I'm playing it pretty much straight as it's written, but again, it's something that you have to kind of add your own thing to. One of the ways this is a folk song, so one of the ways I can envision this being played is see, lots more strumming. Particularly in this part. Right? So that's one way you can play it. You can also play it with, kind of a finger picking style, right? Whoops, sorry. Where am I? Right? It's pretty this way too. Right? So however you want to play it, that's the whole point of these tunes, is to learn the basic melody. Once you learn the basic melody, then you put your heart and soul into how you want it to sound. All right, so we'll play this one again. I'll count again 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we come in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Pretty questions about this song? You good with it? Woohoo! Stop the share. Hey, so again, as I say, it's a really pretty song, and it's like every folk song out there. It is for you to add your own interpretation of how you want it to sound. All right, we're going to move on to, it is just 6 o'clock in case anyone was wondering. We're going to go on to Ode to Joy. Woohoo! Thumbs up if anybody needs me to do Ode to Joy line by line. No. Okay. So we're going to play this straight through too. Yay. Really, honestly, it means you guys have been practicing these songs. That's like huge for me. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to share my screen with the music on it. Bloop. I'm going to I'm going to change my video around just so that that's on. Oh, it's so confusing. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong screen. I have to stop the share to do what I wanted to do. I'm going to do this first. Change this to that. Yay. And spotlight. I'm sorry. I'm losing the technologies. Now I can share. Yay. Okay. All right. So share. All right. So Ode to Joy, the way I arranged this is to emphasize what it actually means to play music in a key. So this is in the key of G. There's one sharp here. The last chord is a G. So this is in the key. This is arranged in the key of G. So what does it actually mean when we say a song is in a key? For the most part, what it means is the vast majority of the notes in this song are going to be G. And it means that when we come home at the end of the song, we're coming home to the G chord. Some people call it the tonic, some people call it the first, there's lots of names for it, and it makes it very complicated. So what I wanted to do is demonstrate much more what it feels like instead of what it and try to describe it in words. All right. If you were brought up in the Western music, listening to Western European and American music, then you're going to feel this far more and far better than you can possibly express it in words. All right. So first of all, let's just look at these lines of music. So this is the first line of music and the second line of music. They're almost identical except for the last measure. Okay? So it's absolutely identical for the first three measures, but the last measure is different. When we get to this D chord, it's going to feel like it's not resolved. It's going to feel still a little tense. When we get to this G chord, you're going to feel that release, and you're going to feel that going home thing. So let me try to play this through once so that you can, I'm going to just play the first two lines so that you can hear this. So here we go. Building tension. Oh, not really home yet. Oh, really not home. Thumbs up if you can feel that going home feeling at the end of this. I'm gonna stop the share for a second so I can, yeah, thumbs up. So I just want to see everybody's face. So when you're here, we're kind of suspended. We're like in the middle of nowhere. We're not anywhere we know where we are, right? Then we play the next line, which is almost the same as the first line. But we're home. We're happy. We're home. Okay? So that's really how Western music works. with keys. That's what it means to play a song in a key. Okay? And very rarely, I'm going to share the music again so you can see. Very rarely you will see music that does not end. The last chord of the song is not the key. Very rarely. I've heard those referred to as crooked tunes. But they're intentionally leaving you hanging at the end of the song. It's a cliffhanger. So watch for that, because you'll see how that feels. All right. And for those of you who aspire to write your own songs and singer-songwriting stuff, it's really important to understand chord progressions like this and how different chords are going to make people feel. If you play minor chords, you're hearing lots of darkness, as opposed to major chords. Anyway, okay. Enough about that, and let's play the song. All right, key of G. There is no pickup. I count to 4, and then we come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last line. We're heading for home. Oh, it feels good to get home. All right. So I played it pretty straight up. Again, classical music as well as folk music. People put in all kinds of embellishments, depending on the composer. Mozart, for example, it's pretty hard to put in embellishments because Mozart put in all the notes he wanted, and a lot of his songs are really fast. But Beethoven and Vivaldi and a lot of other composers expected musicians to add embellishments. It's an expected part of being a musician. All right, we'll play this again. Was that thumbs up if that timing was okay for people? Or, yeah, good. All right, the thumbs I can see. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Last line. Woohoo! Now, in case you hadn't noticed, the last line of the music is very close. is identical to the second line. So there's really not that much in this song to memorize. So this is a good song to try and memorize, because once you've got essentially 2 lines of music to worry about. So, any questions, thoughts, concerns, fingering issues?
Just that I managed to do those because of the tabs, even though I hadn't heard of heard the tunes sometimes. So you don't need to make videos if I'm the only one with the thumbs up for that.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Yeah, okay. I'm going to stop the share for a second, and let's see where we're going next. America. What time is it? Oh, yeah, we might actually get to all the songs tonight. Woohoo! That's because you guys are practicing. Yes. All right, so let's play America. Let's get this on the screens. Get that shared. That shared. Okay. This is also in the key of G. 1 sharp over there. G is the final chord. There's some interesting things in the middle of this where, so it's kind of this repetitious 7, this higher D for quite a ways. So when I arranged the song, decided to add in these different chord formations, and again, totally up to you if you want to play them. If you do want to play them, let me stop the share for a second. And so what I'm doing with those, so this is at there's 2 places where these chords change. So the first one is the last measure of the second line, and it's a 5 6, starts with a 5 6 7. All right, and it just walks down a little bit and then comes back. So I don't know if people can see what I'm doing with my fingers, but I'm leaving down as many fingers as I can to make that transition smooth. And this is not what anyone would consider beginner, but it's really a good thing to try and practice, because I'm continuing to hold my thumb down to keep that 7 ringing through all of that. Right? If I lift stuff up, it stops ringing and it becomes choppy, which is okay. If you want choppy, intentionally want choppy, that's one way to do it. But to make it smoothed out, you want to arrange your fingers so you like I have now in this 5 6 7 position. I have my ring finger I can drop to play the 5 5 7, then spread it out, and then I can drop my index down to play the 6. And I've never moved my 5 off the bass string or my thumb off the 7. All right. It takes practice, and it takes dexterity in these fingers. Don't just think that you can't do it. These fingers have to build up the muscles in order to do this kind of fret work. And there's a finger exercise in the share. All right, let me share the music and let's go for it. If you're just beginning, just play the melody. Again, it's all on the melody line. Don't worry about it. It's a great song. There's no pickup. I count 1 2 3 and then we come in. 1 2 3. Fancy chords. I'll try it again. That thumbs up if that timing was okay. Oh, down. Okay. A little slower. All right, a little slower. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! This is a slow jam. I should play the song slowly. All right. Okay, let's move on. And I'm just going to leave this share up and we'll go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go, Lena. What did you do? Go over here. So when I say that the other versions are in here, there's some finger exercises and counting exercises in this learning resources hand. Oh, there isn't finger exercises. I'm glad I checked that. I will add those to strengthen your fingers on your fretting hand. Okay. But we're going to move on to Planxty Fanny Power. I love the name of this song. It's this awesome name. All right. This is not noter friendly. So if you're playing with a noter, I'm sorry. This one is not noter friendly at all. Because a lot of the melody is on the middle string, and that's what these numbers up here represent. All right. And again, very few people would attempt this if you're a beginner. So please bear with us. This is a request of one of the participants who's been with me for a couple of years now. So I try to mix it up and give people different levels of music in these Zoom tunes, so that we can all enjoy. I fingerpick this tune. And again, remember I assign my index to my melody string, my middle finger to my middle string, and my ring finger to the bass string. And I am literally plucking exactly what it shows here. So I'll just play the first 2 lines so you hear that. It's a beautiful song. And you basically, this is an arrangement by Ron Zuckerman, and I think he's done a great job with this. And I play it exactly as he has played it. Another thing that's really good about this song is it's a great song to learn and practice backwards, right? Starting with the last measure. The measure way down here. Oh, I can do that. Yay! I can do that. If we back up a measure, all right? So I'm going to play, right? That's this last measure and the measure just before it. Right? So let's do that. I'm going to count to 4 and we can come in. Let's play it really slowly. We're just looking at these last 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then once we got that done, we back up a measure. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. You might be asking yourself, why is she playing the song backwards? Because what that ends up doing is you end up practicing the harder parts of the song more often. This song is harder in the B part. There are a number of traditional songs that are harder in the B part. So if you practice it backwards, start at the last measure, learn the last measure, back up a measure, right? You end up practicing all these hard parts much more than you do the easier parts.
Lena,
Yes.
I have a question. When you say go backwards, am I playing the individual notes backwards or just the measure?
No, you're playing. You start at the end of the song and play the last measure. What I mean by learning the song backwards is you're learning the song from the end of the song, moving backwards towards the beginning of the song. So I work on just the last measure, which in this case is pretty straightforward. It's just an open, right? And then I move back one whole measure, right? So now I'm only going to focus on these last two measures, where the D is above the second to last measure. And I practice that over and over again.
Okay, I was playing the notes backwards.
That would be kind of fun, actually.
That was actually crazy.
Yeah. And then once you get those two measures, you back up a whole other measure. And again, play that. All right, so you don't have to do that in your songs. It's just it's an offering that helps some people. But let's start from the beginning. We'll play it through slowly together and see how it goes. I'm going to count to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we come in because there's this pickup here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Whoops. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Let's start that from the beginning. I know it must be getting late because I'm losing it. Oh, okay, but we still have time. Yay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That repeats. We're going back to the beginning. moving on to the B section. Again, that B section. Woohoo! All right, so yay. How was that for folks? Let me get my cameras turned around. Yay, yay, oh yay, people like it. Okay, yeah, yeah, it's a pretty song. All right, so no one in their right mind would ever call that a beginner tune. All right, so I understand that for beginners out there. All I can tell you is that it's an approachable song. If you can only get 4 out of, 4 measures, play the 4 measures, all right, if you're a beginner. And just start moving out and challenging yourself, because that's really how you improve, right? Don't look at it as, I can never do it. Look at it as something that if I practice, I'll be able to play this beautiful song that somebody wrote. And I heard one person tell me that they played it at a wedding, and it's really pretty song. The other thing I can tell you is, use a metronome, but also get your body moving, particularly on these waltzes, right? When I play this song, let me I'm gonna try to do this so that you can see how I'm moving my body. All right, I'm not going to show you my dulcimer on purpose so you can see how I'm moving my body. Right, I'm getting into this groove of 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So my head is coming forward on 1 1 2 3 1 2 3. Whoops! Can I play the song while I do it? Right? You see how my head comes forward? Right? I'm moving. All right? Get into the habit of moving when you're playing these songs. And obviously a lot of folk musicians would tap their foot to try and keep time. But if you get your whole body going, you're going to feel that beat internally in your body. In ways that it's going to help you tremendously as you move along and get better. Honestly, if you watch go and find like a 4-string quintet with a couple of violins and a viola and a cello, they're all moving like this while they're playing, right? That's how they're keeping time. So yeah, try to get that feeling in your body as you're moving. All right, questions. We are at 6:30, so I gotta let you guys go. But yeah, I had a great time. I hope you guys did too. Yay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Excellent class. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
you're a great teacher.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, we'll see you in September. Have a great August.
Thanks. You
Yeah.
too.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
I